What's up, guys? I am Cam the Kid. Welcome back. This is Making the Beat, where I take you behind the scenes and show you exactly what went into one of my beats. I do it for every single beat that I make. Today we are going to be working on my beat, Cartier Diamond. It's kind of a Da Baby style, Jetson style beat. If you're interested in that, let's get right into it without further talking. This is take number 2 of this video. I already shot it once. I was happy with it. Went back, played it, and there was no audio. So hopefully there's audio here, because what's a video without audio? So first things first, with this beat, like I said, we were going for kind of like a Jetson or a Da Baby style beat. The melody is going to be real simple. I'm going to break it down for you guys. There's only one melody that repeats throughout the entire beat. It's kind of like a whistle lead. It's going to sound like this with no effects, completely dry. So it's basically just like a whistle lead, and then the effects that I threw on there was a halftime gross beat. Of course. This is something that I like to do that I don't really see a lot of other people do. And if you look right here, that's going to be, this is like your percentage of your effect automation, and it's going to be how much of the particular effect that you want to affect your track. So you can see I got this pulled down just over 50%, maybe 3/4. That's going to be how much of that halftime is affecting this particular track. So it's not completely half-timed. It's only like 50 to 75% halftime. So you're still going to hear that original coming through, bleeding through. It creates a cool sound. Then I did a little low cut here on this EQ. And then I threw in another gross beat that you'll just hear drop off at the end of every bar. So it's going to kind of pitch down. And again, only about 1/3 of that is going to come through. Here's how it will sound. So you can tell it makes it sound a lot more dark and dreary, a little bit less upbeat, I guess. Then I layered that with this track. It's a Nexus lead that I've got reversed. Here's how that sounds by itself. So you'll notice in the actual beat you can't hardly even hear that, and that's because I've got a 100% gross beat reverse on that track. Then I've got a heavy filter, and then I've got it EQ'd right into the mids. So I got all the highs and lows cut out of that. And together with those two leads, they're going to sound like this. So you could hear that reverse lead is kind of just adding some more atmosphere and depth to the beat. So once I had that, I threw on a basic clap. I like those real punchy claps. They're not a lot of release on them or decay, just a nice quick hit. It kind of sounds like a snare, but less punchy. Obviously, it's more vibey like a clap. Okay, so once I had that, then I added the kick. Here's the kick you're going to hear. Velocity's turned all the way up, so it's hitting nice and hard. Here's the kick by itself. Okay, so the kick and the clap together are going to sound like this. So once I had that, I threw in this little hi-hat. This beat's got like 4 different hi-hat patterns you're going to hear, and they're all layered, and it just creates cool variations to the beat. You can pull those hi-hats out depending on what part of the beat you're at, and it's gonna make your beat sound a lot more versatile and less repetitive. So here's with these hi-hats that I added. Everything. So it's just adding a little bit more bounce to the beat. Then I went ahead, I added an open hat, one of 2 open hats you'll hear. This one is just a standard open hat. It's got the standard decay, sustain, all of that. It's just a basic open hat. And then I added another open hat layered on top of that one. And this one, you'll notice it's a lot more punchy than the other one. And that's because I've got the delay, the attack, the decay, the sustain, the release. I've got them all pulled all the way down. That allows you to fully control the release of your sound here. So I've got it tuned way down so it's a lot more choppy. You hear it? So now we're really starting to get some bounce from this beat. It's sounding good. Then I layered that with another hi-hat that's going to sound like this by itself. Okay, so that hi-hat layered with everything else, going to sound real good. I threw in this little perk. It's like a bongo. Okay, so once I had that, layered that with an extra snare. It's more like a rim shot. So everything together sounded like this. Oh, then I wanted to point out I added this tubular bell. Something you'll kind of hear in like a DJ Khaled, Ace Hood, We the Best type thing, you know. Sounds like this. Alright guys, so once we had that, last but not least, we finally got to the 808. I'm sure you've been waiting to hear. The 808 is really going to play a huge part in this beat, as any Jetson or DaBaby style beat does. I'm going to show you exactly the technique that they use to get those bouncy 808s. So let me play it for you first. It's going to sound like this. Okay, so the first thing, the key to making an 808 like this is you're going to want a short, punchy 808. Notice how this isn't extended all the way out to here. You want a nice, short, punchy 808. Then, once you have that, this is going to be the sound that you're really going to hear in a lot of the DaBaby style beats. And that's basically just going to be, look, it's a G, and then it goes up one octave. And you're going to start low, go up an octave, and then it's going to drop right back down. So, okay, so once you had that all together, it's going to sound like this. I threw in some cymbal transitions as always, a crash, a little sound effect on the drop, and then a noise splash. And everything all together is going to sound like this. Alright, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. As I said at the beginning, I do this for every single beat that I make. I appreciate you coming through. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you like the content, I make a video every 3 days. 3 days from now, there will be another one out. Hit the subscribe button if you're interested in checking that out. Thank you as always. I'm going to get out of here. I'm done talking. Peace.